Start from the beginning. Thank you, Radhakrishna, for joining for this Zoom meeting. So let's start. Just tell me the circumstances under which you joined Sainik School.
Sir, our one of the teachers of Sainik School, Mr. G Radhakrishna, is my brother-in-law.
Oh.
And so with his help, we could get ourselves trained for the school. So definitely it's a better opportunity for us, and my father has given me the opportunity to go to the school and join there along with him. Of course, they are there. My own sister is there in the school itself, so I have no problems or anything for entering into the school.
Okay. So tell me one or two incidents that you remember in school.
Yeah, in school, sir, when we have joined the school, our background is very poor on education side, financial side, or any of mannerisms or whatever it is. We have come from a very backward area, and during the first 6 months or 8 months, an exam has been conducted in English by one Mr. Chari, an English teacher, and I got 0 in that first exam itself. So he casually said Anda, and that is how my name has become an Anda, which I still remember the class also. That on that day, what has happened. So this is how my name has been made a big 0 in that class, and then of course whatever is there, it went off well. 5th, 6th we could somewhere or other get on, but by the time I came to class 7, then I could not pass the Telugu exam in class 7. So I was again relegated to study the same class 7, and of course at the time 7th class, once we failed, we were there only, and when we came back to the 8th class, still we were not picking up and doing things well. But at the time, about 4 or 5 of us are not doing, because we were relegated. Maybe seniors, they were thinking, so we were not doing well actually, 4 or 5 of us. And generally in school, they shift to senior houses in class 9. But we were made to shift in class 8 itself. 4 or 5 of us, not whole class, but only 4 or 5 of us were made to shift because, we were not doing well, or maybe being the seniors in the same class, we were doing some noises and all these things. So to control us properly, they had put 5 of us, if I remember, 5 of us in the senior class, senior house. We were just sent. And then, once we go into the senior house, just 4 or 5 people in a class of 25, if we are just going 4 or 5, then what is our situation there. So in class 8, when we entered, we were not doing, of course, studies and all, okay, we were doing well, but one Mr. Shivaji, a senior person in that class who is about 3 years senior to me. So he caught up and said, what you people are doing it up? So you have to come up to the stage, and he took charge of us. I don't know how he has come up. He took charge of 5 of us, and then said, you have to do well. There is no option for you. There is nothing. You are over here. Don't think that anybody will look this side or that side. He has taken it up very seriously, and that is the point where maybe in after the 8th class is over, that is the point where our life has turned. Definitely my life has changed from that point of time. And then we were being observed and told what is life and what we should do, what we should achieve. Till then we were not knowing whether to write an exam, pass an exam, fail an exam, for what purpose we are doing, for what purpose we were not doing. There was no proper guidance for us till that time. But these 1 or 2 people, seniors, have taken us for a task, and I really appreciate their efforts, and because of them, today we were over here. And by the time we came to class 10, we were almost leading in first 5 places, and we represented even in Delhi for the Republic Day parade, wherein we were awarded the best layout and the best the trophy also we got over there. And then again in 11th, 12th, again we were doing well. Actually, 4-5 of us, we are in the first. I was in the one of the first 5 places, not the others. And yes, that was the place which has taken me up well.
So
Then
that
the last
from failing in 7th class, so you became one of the top 5 in 10th, 11th class, huh?
Yes, sir. By the time we were in 10th, I was in top 5.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Then I was made even the school captain also.
Oh.
So we thought passing the NDA exam and going to the NDA is very easy, but I don't know. Whatever is destined for us is destined for us. I think I could not clear any of the exams, and so I couldn't go to the NDA. That was a time where I was a little bit upset, because I was very much interested in going to the NDA, but could not make it up, sir. So once the schooling is over, after the schooling is over, then of course, the outside world, as we said earlier in one of our meetings, the outside blood is thicker than the school. And even in this place, sir, at that time in Andhra Pradesh, the new engineering colleges were just coming up. Engineering colleges have just started from our seniors in the private system. I got an admission into JNTU at Warangal, but one Mr. MVS Murthy, MP of Visakhapatnam, he has established the engineering college called Getam over here in Vizag. So he requested my brother-in-law that I want him to study in our college, rather than taking us into JNTU and then getting it done. He says everything is free, we don't charge anything to you. So that's how I took over in Getam Engineering College, wherein I was doing well.
Which engineering college is this?
Getam Engineering College, Gandhi Institute of
Economics and Management. In Vizag, huh?
Yeah, in Vizag.
Okay.
So that is how I finished up my engineering from that college. And then again I tried for going through into the military through this academic, but still my health did not permit at that time. Though I cleared other things, but the health did not permit, so I couldn't join that. This is how it has happened. NDA is my dream, this thing, but somewhere I couldn't accomplish that. Okay.
So after that, what happened after you finished your engineering?
Sir. Yeah. During after finishing of the engineering, sir, in the third and the fourth year itself, I got a placement service in Hindustan Shipyard here at Visakhapatnam, wherein I was given an appointment order to join the institute on Monday. If I remember, it is sometime around May 13th or so, is Monday at the time they asked us to join.
Which year?
In 1985, sir.
1985, okay.
Yes, sir. So, Saturday, I was staying over here only because government job, all people are very happy, and my brother-in-law, Venkaragar, and my sister, and all of them were over here only to take me to join into that institute. But again, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, my father got a cerebral hemorrhage on Saturday. So all of us have to rush from here to my village to take care of him. Then when we went there, he was okay talking, but he said I said I wanted to leave on Sunday, but he said, why don't you wait for 1 or 2 days and then go. So there is no option. So we said, okay, then we booked a trunk call to Visakhapatnam to that office and then told them that this is the position, sir. Kindly give me 2 days leave to come and join in that place. They said yes at that time, but by the time I came on Wednesday and went to the place to join, they said sorry. Job has been given to somebody else. So that was what has happened. And then one of my cousin, our same Sainik school only, is a son of Venkataraw, one Mr. Narasimha Rao. When we were studying in engineering, he used to work here with a private contractor doing some jobs, civil jobs and other things, the railway contracts and all, they were doing it. So then we used to stay in the same room and all. So after I failed in going to this institute, then I went along with him to the works, spots and all these things to see. Then one day when we were sitting, then I asked him, why should we struggle with so much here? You come at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night, you are struggling so much. Why don't you do the works on our own rather than going to him? Then he said, who is going to give us the finance and all these things and all blah, blah, blah. He was saying, I don't know, he was on the work, so he must be on the work pressure. I am free, so I don't have anything, any pressure or anything. Then we told them, let us go and ask the same contractor the work, and then see what he will tell. So one fine day at that time, I think we used to look for auspicious days and all those things. So yes, we had taken up a good auspicious day, went to that contractor, and then asked him, we want to do the job on our own. Will you help us out? Of course, the contractor is just is by the side of our village only. Though we don't know him, but he likes Narsarao well because his behavior and all those things were good enough. And he used to have food in his house only because none of us was married. So he used to have food in all those things. So in that context, he said, what about the money and all? How much can you invest? Sir, we don't have anything. We don't have even the salary to do anything. So we don't have anything to invest. But we want to do the work. Then he got some 10 lakhs job at that time. That is re-roofing of railway quarters in Visakhapatnam over here. He got 10 lakhs job over here, and he said, I'll be expecting 10% profit in this. So 1 lakh, whatever the 1 lakh profit we get, I'll give you 35,000 and he will take 65,000 rupees. We said, yes, there is no problem, sir. We will do it. And that is the stage where we had real helped out. And to tell you, sir, I don't know what has helped us out and all. The job is about 10 months time, but he stayed there and completed the job within just 1.5 months. Oh. Both of us, day and night, we used to work together. There is one company, Marwadi company called Satish Chandra and Sons. He is the supplier of all the materials over there. So we took everything from him on credit basis. So we stayed there day and night, and we have completed that job within 1.5 months. So that's how the pinch of money has come into us. Mm-hmm. Earning 35,000 in a year, which we are supposed in a year we earned, we just earned in about 1.5 months. So that was the taste of the pinch of money we have got at that time, sir. So from then on, I think there was no looking back for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then after that, what happened? I mean, that was the beginning. Then how did
that was the beginning, sir. So once that work is over, then he himself has given us a work of around some 1.6 crores or something. 1.6 crores work he has given at that time. 1.6 crores is a very high work, sir. Construction of buildings and other things. So we took the contract from them, and at that time all materials used to be supplied by department. We did not give any materials. Only if we spend labor and some amount of small thing, maybe our investment is around just hardly 5 to 10%, not more than that. Mm-hmm. So when people have seen us that earning this money and all. Then we went to different people in our own village, family members and all. So we got hold of some 9 members, each one contributing an amount of rupees 1 lakh as a partnership. And then each one of them has to give us about 10 lakhs as investment into the work. So this is how we had mobilized the finances at that time, sir. And maybe I think around within 3 years, we could clear the finances, and the partnership remained like that only with all the 9 persons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Then after that, after about 4 or 5 years, so we were, I was not much happy with doing this contract work, strictly speaking, because at the time they used to call the contractors as Panchkattu contractors. Being a technical man, I was not much interested in getting into doing these jobs, especially because it's just strictly speaking, if you call me, those times these works are used to be like a broker. Contract is just a broker, a man between a department and client and suppliers is in between, clubbing together and making the thing. That's all. So I was just sitting discussing. We had good opportunities, good amount of money and all we had, but somewhere it didn't give me the kick. Money we had, so money is not only the kick that whatever you think will happen. Then I decided we have to do some specialization. So we were thinking the department people, some of the people are also with us while discussing and all. I had some good friends and all. So one of the friend caught my thoughts. He went out and then he came back after about 2 days and then he said, "Sir, if you are interested in getting it into a specialization job, I'll get you the specialization job. But it is risk. So if you are interested in, you come along with me." So I went there, sir. I went along with him. It was a project which was given to the one of the contractors in Visakhapatnam itself. Being a specialized job, that contractor also took the job without any much experience. He has taken up the job, but ultimately he couldn't do the job. It was sick for about at least 10 years. It was a sick project. The project was not running. But when I gone into the project and I didn't even, I just thought it's a specialized project. The moment I was seen, it is a specialized marine project. Marine project, getting that experience at that stage is not an easy. I don't know even the spelling of the pile or whatever is there at the time, but being young, it didn't, it said, yes, I have to do this job somewhere or other. Then what I thought is, let me go and take advice from 1 or 2 people. So I had one friend, Mr. Ramesh Kumar, over here in Visakhapatnam, wherein when we did that 1.5 crore work in MES, they were the foundation contracts there, and we were the superstructure contractors. He's from Warangal, REC Warangal, and a very good engineer and very good friend of mine. So I went to him and I said, like this work is there. So what should we do? I want to do this job. Then he asked me, just like that, he asked me, what is diaphragm wall, what is marine piling, what are rock anchors and all. I said, I have no idea. He said, how can you do this job? I want to learn and do the job, that's all I said. Then he said, okay, let us go and speak to one more person. And he took me to a very senior person in Visakhapatnam itself. They were doing a project called for Birla Pericles. They were doing an intake well at that time. So he has taken me there to see that project as well as to take his advice whether we will be able to do this job. Then he said, even Afghans cannot do this job. Please do not enter into this project. You lose all the money. This is a simple sentence he said. Then somewhere, I don't know, I came back in the night, I couldn't sleep. Next day morning, I said, okay, let me do one thing. So I went to that one Mr. Rajgaru, is called SS Raju. I went to him, said, sir, I want to do this job. I'll give you 4%, give me on back-to-back basis. So I went, signed the agreement in conjunction with the department, because the department also wanted this job somewhere or other to move forward. At the time, one Mr. Brigadier Kohli used to be there, and G Major Veravani, both of them were there. And the engineer who took me to these people are well known to those two people, and he said, "Sir, he can do the job. He has money. He can do the job. Though he doesn't have any experience, but still he will do the job." I think something he must have told. So both of them have encouraged me and said, "Yes, we have no problem. We'll give you." Then I took this agreement. Again came back to Ramesh. Said, "Sir, I have signed this agreement. What to do?" Then he took to again same person, and then he said, "You are an idiot. I don't know if you want to throw your money, all the money into the sea. I have no problem. But there is one person, if you can go and catch him, then he may be able to help a lot to you." Then I took his address. He's in Karimnagar. So in Godavari, same night I went from here to Godavari, went to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad to Karimnagar I traveled, and then went and talked to him. And I was about to appraise this project. He said, "I know everything." Because the marine projects at that time only Afghans were doing it, and Navayuga was doing it. There were no other contractors other than Afghans. Afghans were the pioneers at that time actually. So these people are from Afghans only, and they know everything what is happening. They are only just waiting to see how this project will fail and will come back to Afghans. Afghans are Navayuga again, both of them. So I went and then he told, "Sir, I want your help." Then he told me, no problem. Afghans also doesn't have work of my caliberty or capacity over here, because they put me in a road work where I am a specialist in marine work. So he was also not happy at the time. And he said, "Yes, I will do it." So he has asked me a salary of 1 lakh per month. And 12 months is the time. And 1 lakh at the time, President of India used to get 20,000 rupees. And this place asked for 1 lakh. So what to do? Because Mr. S.S. Raju was also with me at the time, because he wants to see that the project moves forward. He said, no, you can't give that much, come back. I said, "Nothing doing, sir. Please wait, I'll talk to him." I told him, "Sir, this project has to be completed within 12 months. I use 75,000 rupees per month, and on completion, 4 lakhs. He said, "Yes." Then he came to Vizag, sat on the table, and he said only one thing: "Whatever I do, you people have to say yes to that. That's all. There is no question of anybody saying no or anything." He was so strict enough. He's a 10th failed, but he's so strict enough on systems and all these things. And he said, "I'll get only 4 people, what is required for over here. With this, I'll complete the project." So he has brought about 4 people from outside. One is a mechanic, one is a foreman, one is an electrician, and one is an engineer. Just 4 people he has brought from Afghans, giving their salaries and all. He took up the job, and once he has come, then Afghans and Navayuga thought this work is over. It is not in our scope. They had put in a lot of pressures on us. And that year, to tell you very frankly, sir, I was so stressed with this work one side. I lost my both father and mother on the same year. And in addition to that, all types of rights, income tax right, sale tax right, mines right, everything. These are the pressures that have been put up by the opponents to see that I don't come up into this. So this was the thing what I faced at that time level. But fortunately, I got out of all those issues. We have, and let me tell you, the Sainik school has helped us. The teachings of Sainik school or whatever are there, this is the place where they really helped us to stay strong. You be wherever you are, nothing is going to happen. And even if you are on the roads, yes, you know how to come out of these things. With all such kinds of difficulties and other things, sir, I could complete this job by God's grace within time, and I earned a good name. We were just doing around 4 to 5 crores job at that time, sir. And the same chief engineer has made me to register into a top class contractor in defense.
Okay, so basically, what was the job? The marine job you're saying? What
It's a
was
slip. It is
Ship.
a repair. It is a slipway project, sir.
Ship?
Bringing in the ship slipway project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bringing the naval ships will be there, no, sir. There will be repairs for those ships. So the ships are to be brought onto the land and then repair and then again send it into the sea.
that dry dock or whatever they call
Yes,
it.
it's a dry dock like thing, sir.
Okay. So to sum up, you went into something which you had no clue about,
Yes,
and
sir.
somehow managed to complete that and get a name for yourself. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir.
fantastic. It's a huge risk, don't you think?
It is a risk, sir. Business is, if you want to succeed in business, you have got to take risk, sir. There is no other option.
Yeah.
One thing in the business is you have to take risk, you have to work hard.
Yeah.
Nothing other than these two are there for you to be a success.
So which year was this?
This was in 1994, sir.
1994. Okay. So 9 years after you finished your engineering and whatever experience you had in various contracts. Okay.
Yes,
So what happened after that?
After that, there was no looking back, sir. We were competing with other people in works and all. So maybe see, our background is good background, wherein we don't get into any kind of malpractices or anything. Of course, small things we have got to help out that we can't help it out, sir. So, but whatever money that has come, I have been putting it into the company only, and I brought this company to a stage, good level stage from 0 to this level. So now we are doing a turnover of around 300 crores. The value of the company is around 600 crores if it is valued on the market.
Okay.
So, and we are having around 536 permanent employees on roll.
Sorry, how many?
536, sir.
536 permanent employees. Okay.
Permanent employees on roll, and about 4,000 laborer and other mechanical staff, other things are dependent, and every year these people will be working with us. Okay.
Brings me, because you yourself have mentioned, because now during COVID, everything had come to a standstill. So
Yes,
how
sir.
did you cope up with those issues during that period?
Sir, COVID time, what we can say is it is one way it is a blessing in disguise for the company, and one way it is the other way. By the time the COVID has come into us, sir, I'll tell you briefly what has happened just before COVID and after coming to the public. We had quoted one work in Uttar Pradesh about 120 crores job. After doing 120 crores, in 120 crores, we completed 90 crores job. And they paid only 30 crores and 60 crores was lying with the department. The government has changed from Akhilesh Yadav to BJP. So those political scenarios we couldn't understand because we are not that deep into the political these things, and suddenly they terminated the work. So 60 crores of amount is held up with them, wherein full investment. So the banks thought this 60 crores is a bad debt. So they started punishing me, saying this 60 crores may not come back. So they have seen to it that about 50 crores what is going on in business has been brought back and kept with them into that system. So in a 300 crores company, if 100 crores of cash is brought and blocked at one location, you can see what would be the situation of the company. And in addition to that, we had one accident at Faraka Bridge where we are doing, and we lost one of our engineers. So that about 1.5 years, we couldn't do much of the works because we wanted to test everything when NHA wants to do all the testing and all those things. So that 1.5 years, we were not having any output, but still not even a single labor has been, single employee has been removed from our end, and we maintain them because all these people are specialized people, sir. Once we leave them, we will not be able to get them. I said that is because that is the greatest asset I have compared to any other companies. Today, if I want to do a job of 6 months to be completed in 3 months, I have the capacity to do that because the asset is my manpower. Biggest asset for my company is the manpower. So this, with all this so much of difficulties, then the GST has entered. Once the GST has entered, so in addition to the entrance of GST, the banks have been merged. We were with Vijay Bank since last 34 years or so. And then it has been merged into Bank of Baroda. So these people are looking at us as we are bank, whoever has come from Vijay Bank are useless. So in that way, the bank also has made us to suffer for 3 years. So last 3-4 years, sir, maybe around 5 years, the company had really a very, very tough time.
Okay.
But still, thanks to our staff, everybody has holded my hands. And then today, again, you are comfortable.
Okay, and now tell me, how did this habit of yours of giving back, where did it come from? Like recently, when I spoke, you had a great contribution for the dining hall and whatever you have done. So where is it come from? Because as I said, I believe a lot of people have money, a lot of people have money, but spending that money by giving back to the alma mater or any other place, I think very few people do. So how did it come from?
Actually, sir, till 2003, we were not doing anything much. We were not exposed out or anything much of it. But in 2003, what happened was my daughter had a major issue at that time. She was, everybody told useless, there is no problem. But again, God has helped me out there. And let me tell you, sir, I don't know if it is God or nature, whatever it happens. I took my daughter from here to Vellore in the flight at the time, and at the time we used to get the India Today magazines. To my luck, on that day there is a article about bone bank.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took this daughter to the Vellore, and they also said, it's your luck only, we can't do anything. Then I opened up this article, telephoned to the doctor in Chennai, one Dr. Mahilwang Natarajan. So I went and I talked to him and said, this is the position, sir. Everybody is saying no much use. So what should I do? He said, bring her. So I took a taxi around 6 o'clock at Vellore and then traveled all the way to Chennai. We reached by around 10:30, 11 o'clock, sir. Still, the doctor was laughing at that time. Even at 11 o'clock, with so much of this thing, was laughing, and then he checked all the reports, and he said, "You left everything, so leave your child to me. Let me see what I can do."
Okay.
Then I said, "Yes, sir, there is no problem." Then he asked me, wherever you want to join, you can make her to join. Then I said, "Sir, we will join here in Apollo Hospital in Chennai." He said, "No problem, you join her there, I'll take care of it." So he has helped us a lot, and his research was only on that subject. And by God's grace, it was a successful this thing. And in that itself, my daughter has decided that I will study. I'll become a doctor, and she has become a doctor, and she is studying. But Poor girl, still she is suffering, but we can't help it. The life is there, whatever is there, we have got to face it.
Mm.
So at that time, sir, this trauma was for about 2 years. It's not just 1 month or 2 months. Both my wife, myself, elder daughter and younger daughter. This was for about 2 years trauma.
Mm.
I was in very stress like things. So again, same Mr. Ramesh, his wife is a very strong devotee. His wife and he were a strong devotee of Sri Shankar. So he said, why don't you do this program?
Mm.
And then I said, because see, at the time we had money, you are, you know, what stage we would be there. That they're all waste, useless, all these things. I used to shout at him and then say nothing. Then he called me one day and then he said, you just sit down in the class, stay for 2 hours. If you don't like it, you can come out, there is no problem. So he himself paid the fees, everything, and made me to sit. Then first day, of course, they were only telling some basics and all these things. Second day, when I sat and when they made the program to be done, something is happening in my body, which I couldn't realize that it is something, I'm just floating, that's all. Then I realized there is something in this. I had BP, I had sugar at the time, both, everything was there. So it was a 5 days program. Successfully, I completed the 5 days program, sir. And then I was sounding very happy. So for about 6 to 9 months, I did that program very vigorously, sir. And I stopped using BP and sugar tablets after that.
Oh.
Yeah. So that way I went into the art of living organization, sir. And then when Guruji came over here, I don't know how the call came to me. He directly called me and said, "Can you take a drive? Can you drive me from here to Tanuku?"
Okay.
Yeah, because I used to have good vehicles and all at that time. I had a good vehicle at the time. So he said, I know problems, sir, because I already did the program. Some teachers were there. They must have told him, sir, please taking him. He might be have a good help for the organization. Something they must have told. But he said, then when we went from over here to that place, I was only driving. He was just sitting by the side of me. Back there were 2 people. So at that time, he was telling me what is life. After all, it is not making money. Yes, you are supposed to make money. God has given you certain duties for certain people. It has to be done. You can't say that nobody should make money. God has given, the nature has given in such a way that some people have to make money, some people have to work, some people like me have to teach the lessons. So this is what he has told me. And then in that we learn about these people doing this. And then he said, sir, he was saying, one of the best thing you can be peaceful is by doing a seva. Then I told him, sir, I have so much of employees. I am not free right from morning 8 to evening 10 o'clock, sir. I don't get any time and all these things. I told him. He said, seva is not only doing physical seva. You can do monetary seva. You can do anything. Whatever you earn, whatever is there, whatever possible, you start giving it out and see for yourself what is happening within yourselves. So that is the way when it started for me, sir, giving the real needy wherever I come across. I used to give them money. A lot of, I think, what I give to the school is a very small amount, sir. But I had done a lot of things. That is where I learned how to give out the money and all. Because today, sir, if you see the circumstances in the present days, our children doesn't need our money.
Yeah.
They were very clear saying that whatever asset you have, everything, please sell it off. You enjoy, or you give to somebody and then get away. We don't want anything. We don't want to even go to the site and see what is there. So that is the situation today where we are, sir.
So whatever you're narrating was about Shri Ravi Shankar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, even earlier you mentioned that Guruji's. Okay, that's great. Fantastic. So you great thing, your contribution you have made to the dining hall, majorly. So I think that's something which is going to really help everybody, I think, make their lives much more comfortable.
Especially I was sitting only in the dining hall, sir. See, when we went, the principal was asking, why don't you do AC rooms? Why don't we do that one? Why don't we do this one? Then when I went to the dining hall, I said, see, this is the location where I had a wonderful food for the 9 years. I know what when I go to vacation, we know what we used to have. And when we come back, we know what we used to have. So that has said, okay, I had eaten excellent food over here in the last 9 years, whatever I spent there. I spent about a year extra than my classmates because of my relegation. But that said, okay, people are to be comfortable over here while having the food. Let me go into that. And then that's how it just started. I think we have told you, we just started with 10 lakh rupees. And it went on to 1.1 crores. Finally, we said we'll give a topmost facility for them.
Yeah, that's been fantastic. I think it's been very, very.
Yeah, it has happened in that way, sir.
Excellent. So tell me what now, Radhakrishna? I believe you have become chairman now instead of the resigned from MD's position.
Yeah, see what is happening is, sir, now if you see the businesses of family type businesses, 95% of the businesses stood for only about 2 generations.
Yeah, that's true.
There was not third generation. I think none of the business have traveled forward. Whatever the generation that have been traveled forward is a non-family business, sir. So here also, I thought we have got to introduce somebody in between from an outside. So to see that this company runs for at least minimum 100 years or 100 plus years, like that. So this is the reason I thought, okay, when I am, maybe I may be able to work for another 10 years. So when I am there, I wanted to see that we make the transparency, and public must know that it is not a family run business, and it is to be run in a professional way of this thing. So that is the reason I said let the MD be between myself, my son-in-law is another director actually, who is looking after this thing. I was supposed to, everybody was thinking that I'll be making him as the MD. But my vision of getting into public this thing, because tomorrow after he's not there, when he's in my position at the time, if he has a blank, that will be a problem. So I thought let us get into outside slowly, so that in next 10-15 years we'll be able to pass it on to.
Your son-in-law is one of the directors.
My son-in-law is one of the directors. He is also an engineer.
Okay.
And competent enough to be the MD of the company. There is no doubt in that, sir. He has worked very hard in the sites. For about 14 years, he worked in the sites only like an engineer. He worked in the sites. Now he's slowly coming back to the office to take control of the office systems and all.
That's great. So, reflections so far, how do you think Sainik School contributed to your growth as an individual and as a businessman?
Sir, Sainik School, first thing, the word, if you just say Sainik School itself, you start seeing your air and all bubbling up.
Goosebumps, yes.
That itself is enough for us. That motivation itself is enough for us. And one more thing, sir. See, as long as you are in the school, or even now, we don't know who you are and who I am. In the sense of caste, I said, no, the blood is thicker outside and inside. We don't know even now, except if there is a Retd D or if there is a Chaudhary, we
Yeah.
know that they, but the other names, we
Mm,
don't know who they are.
correct. Absolutely.
None of them, we don't know who they are. That is the main advantage of a Psychorian.
Yeah.
Wherein when he comes out, he doesn't give bias to things.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So that really has helped us a lot, sir.
Mm.
That system of not knowing caste, creed, or whatever it is. When you do not know who is till now, you can't tell who is an SC in your class. Can you tell, sir?
No, you're absolutely right. I think
You don't know who is an ST or who is an ST.
correct,
So
absolutely.
they had reservations and all. And
I
today, 75 people, the same system. If you go for an engineering college and then if you try to club together, it is impossible for you, sir, to get so many people together.
agree.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Radhakrishna. It's been a fascinating journey. And I think you have really worked hard in your life to achieve and be wherever you are. And wish you all the best in the future too. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. One thing for me, sir. Maybe I don't know your studying or this thing. See, most of the people when they fail, they get depressed.
Yeah.
So the best example is me. Even though I am a failure candidate, the most successful candidate is there in front of you. So the failure things can be explained to them, because when I go and give lectures in, I give lectures in Andhra University, Gandhi Institute of Technology and other places, because this knowledge, whatever I have acquired in the marine structure especially, I don't want that knowledge to be died on. Today, I can tell you very boldly, sir, in marine works, construction of jetties, I can boldly today say that I am the top man. Even if you put me in the Bay of Bengal, in the center of the Bay of Bengal, I can build a road and then come back.
That's great to hear. Yeah.
That is the thing I have. So I don't want my knowledge to be died off so slowly. I wanted to transfer it bottom and then move forward.
That is true. That is true. Fantastic. So nice chatting with you, Radhakrishna. All the very best. God bless you. Take care.